Hello, welcome back to another AHN Prehospital Assessments. Today, I'm excited to say we're on location at Seven Springs Mountain Resort to talk about EMS Update, Pennsylvania's largest EMS conference. And with me today, I have Mr. Joe Ponko. Very excited to have you, Joe. Thank you for being here.
Thanks for inviting me. This is like my second home.
Yeah, I bet. A lot of planning and a lot of things involved in doing this. And it's been a couple of years since we've been here. So, we're here to promote the conference. And I think let's start out with the speakers.
Great. So this year we have a jam-packed roster of speakers. Our kickoff, which starts on Thursday, which is something new this year. We have a kickoff session at 8 a.m. on Thursday, and we have Captain Scott Burgess from the Nashville Fire Department, who's going to be coming up to talk about the Christmas Day bombing in Nashville. He was actually the first person on scene, set up incident command, and is going to talk about what happened, what they did, how they resolved everything, and something that they don't really talk to you about in incident command classes, but what if an event happens on a holiday when things are closed? How does that impact what you do and how you do it? So very excited to have him come up from Nashville. Our keynote presentation is Friday morning at 8 a.m., and that is Captain Eric McIlvaney from the Marines. He is also a triathlete and a Paralympian, and participated in the Tokyo 2020 Paralympics, where he came in 8th in the world in the marathon. So we're excited to have him up here. He's going to talk about embracing challenges, something that we're all used to over the past couple of years, and how we can embrace them, take what we've learned from these challenges, improve ourselves, improve our organizations, improve our agencies, improve our personal lives, that kind of stuff. So we're very excited to get him. He's a very busy man. So he was able to come up and talk to us, and we're excited about him as well. There's also a bunch of Allegheny Health Network physicians, Dr. Philp, Dr. Ablay, who've been coming up here for 100 years, it seems like. Always do a great job for us when they donate their time to talk about areas of specialty. And new this year is Dr. Sandra Lopez, who's one of your EMS fellows. And I'm excited to hear her presentation Friday afternoon on snakes, stings, and shrooms. 3 things I avoid at all costs as an EMS provider. Some of you may remember a long time ago, we used to actually bring snakes up here and did a class and had live snakes in the classrooms. We're not doing that this year, but she's going to talk about some snake bites that you're going to see in this area, how to treat stings, that kind of stuff. And then if you're out hiking in the woods, if you come across some mushrooms, what you probably should eat and shouldn't eat.
Yeah, very exciting. We always like to see different types of topics up here. And so overall, is there any other large changes to the conference? I know the schedule's a little different this year.
Schedule's a little different. So a lot of you might be used to doing 5 sessions at a time. We did cut back to 4 sessions at a time. And I'll use the excuse supply chain issues for that. So each day we have 4 sessions going on at a time. We are offering 68 classes this year, which is pretty much consistent with what we've done in the past. We've added some time in between classes so that people can get to the sessions and that kind of stuff. So we can still do a little bit of social distancing in the hallways, that kind of stuff. Our biggest change is with the exhibit hall. This year there will be no show hours on Saturday. March 26th. We heard from a lot of people who Saturday just wasn't good for them. They have 10,000 other things to do at the end of March. So it was tough to really get attendees, EMS providers, public safety providers to come up on a Saturday.
Yeah.
So this year we're doing our first time ever vendor reception on Thursday evening from 4:45 to 6:45. So this is your chance to come up and do a sneak peek of the exhibit hall and see some of the new exhibitors that we got, a lot of new exhibitors. And then Friday, we have Exhibit Hall open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So plenty of time to come up and see the exhibitors that you're used to seeing. Network with them. You can buy an ambulance if you want to buy an ambulance. You can visit with Allegheny Health Network Prehospital Services to talk about some calls that you might have been on or how they can help you with some command issues. And I'm glad to say that this year Exhibit Hall is completely sold out, and we actually have a waiting list of exhibitors who are hoping that other exhibitors cancel at the last minute so they can come in. But that was one of my biggest issues, was are we going to get people back to Seven Springs for EMS Update? And as of right now, our attendance is up, our exhibitor hall is sold out, and the hotel is sold out.
great
So I think
news.
everybody's coming back.
Everybody's very excited.
I think so.
Yes, that's
It's
great
time.
news.
It's been 3 years. You know, it's hard to believe that the last time we actually got to sit and talk and network and maybe grab a beer was 2019.
Yeah.
We had to cancel Update 2020 at the last second. And then last year we did a virtual component, which was probably the hardest thing I've ever done. I'd much rather
it went very smoothly.
Thank you. I'd much rather do an in-person event than a virtual event. And we were hoping to kind of do a combination of both. But we really want to concentrate on bringing the in-person event back. Being the largest EMS conference in the state and being the first one coming back in person, we wanted to do it right. So that's why we're strictly in person this year. Hopefully in future years we can add some virtual components to it. So that people can stay at home and get some Con Ed, that kind of stuff.
And Joe, you said an important word, networking. And I think that's a huge portion of this conference, as well as the education, of course. But, getting back in, seeing people that maybe we haven't seen in the past couple of years, you make friends here. You may work in different areas of the state, but coming back and, making sure everybody's okay. I think it's very important.
Yeah, we get attendees from across the state, from all four corners. And a lot of them come up here and, they like to tell stories of the Bavarian and they like to meet each other. This is the first time, you get to see somebody from Allentown or Philadelphia or Harrisburg or even Erie. So our attendees are from across the state. Everybody likes to come here, talk shop, compare things. And this will be the first time to do that. So we're really looking forward to that. And we have a lot of time built into the conference schedule so that you have a chance to be able to network and talk to the faculty and talk to the exhibitors and talk to the other people coming.
Well, I'd personally like to thank you for all the work you do here. I'm sure it's a great undertaking, and everyone on my team at AHN's very excited to be part of it again. Come out, 23rd, 24th, 25th?
24th, 25th, 26th.
24th,
Your day early.
25th, 26th.
We do have a special Con Ed session on Wednesday night, the 23rd. It'll be 5:30 to 7 o'clock. We're doing an EMS VO and the law session with a police officer coming up to talk about that. It's worth an hour and a half credit, so if you need your EMS VO credit,
That's really
this
cool.
is the perfect opportunity to get it. For paramedics, you got 75% of your EMS VO done. If you come up Wednesday night, totally free. You don't have to register for it. You just show up, maybe stop in the Slopeside restaurant at the Bavarian, get something to eat, come downstairs, hour and a half class, get your EMS VO credit. You get to see what EMS update's like. Hopefully you decide to come back Thursday, Friday, Saturday, pay the $90, which is another new thing that we did this year, $90 for everybody, regardless of how many days you attend. That's $110 savings over previous conferences, because we know a lot of people are struggling right now, and EMS, nobody's getting rich. So we tried to limit the amount of money that we're making people spend, and we got a generous donation so that we're able to do that.
So where do we go to register?
So you go to www.emsupdate.com, and you can get that through the emswest.org website as well. There is a button to register that. We do accept walk-ins as well. So if you don't know what your schedule is like this month for the ambulance, and you've asked your boss for time off and he hasn't given it to you yet.
Sometimes you find out a little too late. Yeah,
exactly. At the last minute, come on up. Registration will open at 6:45 a.m. on Thursday morning, and it's going to take you about 3 to 5 minutes to register on site, and you'll get your name badge. You'll get your bag full of goodies. I'm very pleased to provide a lot of goodies this year for people. I think they're going to be surprised at the amount of stuff that we're going to be giving away to everybody. And you can start taking classes immediately. So it's emsupdate.com or through the emswest.org website, and you can register and participate.
That's great. Well, thanks again, Joe, for being here. And thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time in the next AHN Prehospital Assessments. Thank you.